Hello Cancer, welcome to Celestial Soul Tarot. We'll take a look into the energies here, see what's coming through for you. Great messages for Cancer. As always, keep in mind that these readings are general, take only what resonates, and be sure to look into your other placements, right, for additional messages with the other videos, okay? So we'll take a look and see what's coming through here for Cancer at this time. Messages for Cancer. Okay, yeah, here we have the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck here, right? So this is your overall theme for the reading. And this is someone who's putting in a lot of work and energy and time and effort into something, okay? So we do have a few pentacles showing up. We have more air than anything and a little bit of water here. So, I mean, this can come across as a situation for some of you around a job or putting in work towards some sort of a commitment relationship. Maybe it's a work situation for some of you, you know, maybe with your coworkers, that sort of thing. Or maybe it's your career path, right? There's something coming in here where some of you are required to or are focusing on putting in more detail, putting in more effort, more work into a situation, perhaps that you weren't putting in enough before. And maybe it's a realization of that, okay? And again, keep in mind, Cancer, that this can be your energy, but I could also be picking up on the energy of somebody that you're dealing with as well, right? So do keep that in mind, right? Let's take a look into the runes. We'll do a casting and we'll dig a little bit deeper here for Cancer. Right, what do we have coming through here for Cancer? Okay, so let's take a look into the recent past here for some context, right, Cancer? So we do have a couple of fours here, right? This is an indication, and we do also have a couple of nines as well. So what this indication here of the fours is someone who's focused on their stability and their security and the structure of their life, right? They're focused on their job or making money or holding on to a situation, right, with this energy, and having a hard time letting go of it, right? This can come across as, this is Tiwaz, so I mean, it is a contractual type of energy, but it's also the warrior rune, and you're very confident, you're defiant, you're defensive, you're going to stay where you are, you're not going to leave no matter what. You're going to put in the effort and you're going to stay right where you are. You know, for a swords energy, I mean, especially with Thurisaz, which is that Thor's hammer, right? It's kind of a painful or difficult situation that you're dealing with in regards to a contract, in regards to, it could be a marriage or like a work situation, like I said, for some of you here, right? Which I was kind of indicating before. So but it does come across as the Four of Pentacles, somebody who's not putting in a lot of effort, right? The Four of Pentacles here, especially with the Four of Swords, this is somebody who's kind of putting in a minimal effort. And like I said, Cancer, this is your energy or somebody that you're dealing with here. Again, this could be your partner or this could be a co-worker's energy. Okay, so do keep this in mind. But what's coming across here is somebody's who doing enough work to get paid because they don't want to do a lot. I mean, this is somebody who, and it can come across as a trigger point for some of you who, it's like a realization energy. It's like, oh, I didn't realize I was coming across this way, right? Which can be difficult reading for people if this is your energy, right? So again, this is what's coming up, and maybe for some of you, this is what you need to hear, okay? So it's important. And if you don't like what you hear, then I'm not your reader, and you can, you know, pick somebody else who's gonna tell you what you want to hear, rainbows, butterflies, puppies, you know, go ahead, change the channel, right? What's coming through here is a Cancer who is choosing to do the minimal amount of work and effort, right? This is someone who wants to spend more time alone, spend more time off, vacation, daydreaming, right? I want to enjoy myself. I want to leave early, They're not putting in the work, they're not putting in the effort, but this is someone who's defiant. There's conflict here, which is why there's this Eight of Pentacles is showing up here. You're meant to put in more effort, put in more time, put in more energy, maybe put in some overtime at the job that you're doing, right? Because again, there could be a conflictual situation, and it's coming up in other readings where if you're dealing with somebody at a job who has these other placements, because it's coming across as they're working with somebody who's not putting in the work and effort. Well, maybe they're working with you, Cancer. It is essentially what's coming through, because your energy is showing up as the person who's doing the least amount of work. Okay, so keep that in mind. In any case, I mean, you could have a Cancer rising and not knowing. You might have other placements, and you might have a Cancer rising and have no idea, or a Cancer moon and have no idea. Okay, you could have a Cancer sun and you could be the most productive person in the world, and this is not your reading, right? So keep that in mind, right? It's important to use discernment, right? So in any case, it feels like there's conflict within a situation behind the scenes, and it feels like a work situation here, or a commitment with a relationship where there's difficulties and challenges, and like I said, you're defensive, you're defiant, you're going to stay right where you are, you're only going to do the minimal amount of work so you can get that paycheck. Okay, so now let's move into the current situation here, right? There's a lot of fear and anxiety now because of the conflict, because of the drama. Maybe it's because you're realizing, well, maybe I'm not putting in as much work and effort. Maybe you're starting to see, maybe with a project, you're looking at some of the other projects that some of the people are working on, and you see the quality, you see the effort, you see the time, the energy, overtime energy, maybe even for some of these people trying to put out quality work, whatever that is, right? And you're doing the basics. And that's going to bring a lot of fear, because now you're worried that your job is on the line. Like I said before, this is somebody who's defiant, who's refusing to do the hard work, but also refusing to leave, right? I'm staying right where I am, and I'm only going to put in the minimal amount. Well, now you're worried, and now you're in fear because there's some sort of clarity that's coming through here. And it's a secretive type of energy where there's something happening behind the scenes that you're not aware of, which is kind of coming to light. So there could be whispers around layoffs, whispers around, this person's putting in more effort, and wow, did you see the work that they did? And this person, that Cancer, wow, they keep leaving, or they're at the water cooler all the time, or they're, they clock in and they clock out, and they take 2-hour breaks. Who knows, right? It feels like there's some sort of underhandedness or secrecy or gossip that's coming to light, right? Something that was hidden from you that you're starting to become aware of, which is causing a lot of fear. So this Knight of Swords energy, from what I'm getting here, is somebody, again, it's returning to the past, the needing to look at the information, or it comes across as information here, especially with the mystery of something happening behind the scenes, the gossip, the something. Maybe some of you were stirring the pot. Who knows? But it comes across as a situation where there's some sort of information that's coming to light, and maybe you're aware of the fact that your job could be on the line. And so now you're looking into the past, like, okay, how can I fix this? What was I doing wrong? How can I make it better? Because now your energy has completely shifted from the Four of Pentacles to the 9. And so in order to get out of this fear, some of you have to start putting in the work, or you're going to get let go. Right? That's essentially what's coming through here, Cancer. Okay. And so for some of you here this is Fehu, this is the cattle rune. It's the rune of possessions and wealth and success. It's in the reverse position, right? And so we also have Algae's Merc stave, right? This is reversed as well. So there's a reversal of energies here, right? Where some of you, you're not seeing, and this is in the near future here, where you're not seeing the value and the effort of what you've been doing, of what you've been putting in. This is someone who's just relaxing and letting go and releasing, and I'm not doing much, right? It comes across as a realization around a partnership connection, right? So again, this could be a love situation, but I'm reading it more as like a career energy or a work situation for some of you, right? And so again, it comes across that there could be some fear around the fact that the work that you're doing is not valued, right? It's not good enough. You keep having to fix it, or you're not putting in the effort, right? This is somebody who's just There's no effort here with this combination in regards to you and your coworker, you and your team, you know, you and your boss, whatever. There's no effort here. So this is somebody who's really opening themselves up to, there's a choice point here available for you to put in the work and to be productive if you want to keep your job. And this is what's coming through here for Cancer. Not every Cancer, this might not be your reading. Like I said, you have to really pay attention to your chart, you know. But I mean, like I said, for some of you, if this isn't your reading, I'm picking up somebody who you are dealing with, like your partner or your coworker. Okay, so like again, this energy is coming through for a reason, where I'm talking to somebody who's not putting in any effort. Their job is in fear. It's on the line. There's gossip and information coming up to the surface, perhaps about how little you are working and how much effort the other person is, or the other people in your workforce are. You know, your job is on the line. There's fear here in regards to getting let go and losing your money, losing your job, right? So with this fear energy, it's like motivating you to make that decision. Two of Cups, to reconnect, to realign, to come back into balance with these people that you work with and start putting in the effort. You may need to put in some overtime, right? That's what's coming through here quite strongly. Like I have another deck here. I was going to dig a little bit deeper, but this is coming across very clear, and I keep repeating myself, but that's because the Cancer that needs to hear this has to be aware that if you're clocking in, you're clocking out, you're taking the easy road, you're not doing the difficult and hard thing. You have to make that decision to do the hard thing, or you're going to lose your job. And that's essentially what's coming through here. This person is self-sufficient. They are not micromanaged. They're good at what they do. They work hard. They attract new jobs. They attract new projects. They attract partnerships. People like working with them because they work hard. What are you doing over here? Right? And so this is difficult. And it can come across as like Cancer, but that's the thing, is that some people need to hear this, and I could be that difficult reader, and you may not like what I'm hearing, but that's fine. Then I'm not your reader. If this energy is coming through for you and you're choosing to ignore it, well, then you'll see what's coming down the road for you, right? And so this is just something that's coming up, and it's come up in a couple of other readings with some of the other signs, working with an individual who's not putting in the work. It happens to be that Cancer is that sign, okay? So just keep an open mind. Like I said, this could be your energy, or I could be picking up the energy of a coworker that you're dealing with, and their energy is coming through in this reading, right? So like I said, keep an open mind, okay? So this is what I have for you, Cancer. I want to thank you so much for watching, and hopefully you found this reading helpful.